Greetings and salutations, old friends, and hopefully some new friends tonight. Um, I had not planned on doing a second show today, um, but some issues happened with the show earlier tonight, which sort of means I have to uh, do another show. And that is a technical thing, really. We had these technical issues where the stream looked uh, all rizzy and strange and weird in places. I don't believe that this is an issue with my side of things. I believe it is an issue with our cloud services provider. But in an effort to eliminate the possibilities, here we are. And I'm checking in with the stream, and it looks as it's supposed to. Not sure why it had such a problem earlier. Uh, But I thought I would come back and maybe we'll just have a chat session while we test these things and make sure that all is well in Streamland. Um, these things are very frustrating to me because I worked so hard on that show that we did previously. I mean, long story, but I worked really hard on that. Like getting the videos working, the graphics all working, right? And then we go to stream it and it just looked terrible. And it's all three locations it looked terrible at. So there's some problem between me and the cloud services provider who is supposed to distribute our stream. That's their only responsibility, and it's a service that I pay for. So when I think it's their problem, this is upsetting. Um, but it is what it is, and we roll with the punches here. I like to say that you get this show warts and all. And sometimes this magic technology is not going to work so magically. I had a bunch of people message me about the stream quality. Okay, I'm sorry. And this is another problem or an issue with being like your own producer, right? I have to solve these technical problems. Other guys just host the show. That's all they do. And then they got people to do that. I don't have any people, okay? So, we're here doing the best that we can. I hope people recognize and understand that. We had a very nice comment right in the beginning of the show, really start things off and put me in a better mood already. So thanks, Monet Beck, who says, congratulations on all the new followers and great podcast. You've come a long way. I remember when it was in its infancy. Yeah, I've been kind of reflecting back on this show, and it's been quite a journey to get here, right here, in this place, in this time. But I feel like we're basically right where we're supposed to be right now. There's always things that can be improved and worked on, I suppose. Yeah, and UFO Gandalf says over 1,000. Yeah, we hit that like 5 weeks ago, and we've been waiting 5 weeks for YouTube to turn on the monetization and the super chats. That would be great if they could, do that. It's supposed to take a month. It's been 5 weeks, so everybody's asking me when are you going to put on super chat? As soon as possible, UFO Gandalf, and you better throw some money at me. Right? All of you people that keep asking about the super chats, I appreciate it, and trust me. As soon as we are able to take them, of course, why would I not want to take money thrown at me from the live chat? Of course, we want to do that. We're just waiting on YouTube now. Prophetic. Yeah, somebody has sent me some stuff. John Warner Jr. I saw Project Unity do some videos about his work. To me, he sounded like a Laura Eisenhower 2.0. Somebody sent me some of that material. I'm not sure if it was you or another user. Maybe it was All Around Arbiter sent me, I believe it might have been All Around Arbiter sent me some of that. But I haven't looked into it very much yet. What's the PayPal again? Okay, here we go. Let me get my banner. All you do is, there's two ways to do a PayPal donation. You can go to the About section of the channel here, and there's a PayPal donate button. Or you could just go to your own PayPal and send a PayPal to truthseekershow@gmail.com. And I will get that, and I'll monitor the PayPal while we're on here. And if you are feeling generous, you can throw a PayPal. Brother, can you spare $1? Yeah, you can throw money at me via PayPal, and I will express my sincere gratitude and thank you profusely for helping us continue the show here. 1 second, friends. Yeah, so that's how you could help if you're feeling generous. If not, the best way to help is to like, comment, and subscribe, and send our channel address here to some of your friends, maybe. Okay, so questions or comments for me, anybody in the live chat, please put them in all caps. And once again, I'm sort of multitasking, friends, so forgive me if there's dead air, because I keep looking at and checking in on the stream quality on YouTube. I have that in a big separate screen here, and it looks fine now, so I'm not sure what the issue was earlier. But this, of course, this is my luck, right? This not planned, last minute, thrown together, let's just click live and see what happens, and the stream looks beautiful. The video quality looks beautiful, everything looks crisp and clear the way it's supposed to, right? But a show that I worked on for days to put together, we do that, everything planned perfectly, you know, I had notes, I had, you know, like a storyboard thing, the way the whole thing was supposed to come together. I worked so hard on that, and the stream looked horrible through half of it. So, that's just the way the world works for me, right? But we roll with the punches here. I keep saying this, you get this, warts and all. Okay, yeah. Did you read Stephen Greer, Dead Man's Trigger File? It's hilarious. He tells him where it happened with his charity. He was supposed to make 0-point energy devices. Yes, we have covered lots of Stephen Greer stuff before. He was collecting donations for a very long time to make a free energy device. Never made one. Then he collected a whole bunch of money to make a documentary. And then he collected a whole bunch more money. Like, we're talking in the millions is the amount of money that Mr. Greer has collected from the public. And, you know, part of me thinks more power to him, because it's not easy trying to make a living selling UFO stuff, right? There's just not enough real good cases. I don't understand how guys make it their full-time job. Which probably would explain some, my friends, some of why we're trying to go into other areas. I mean, UFOs and that sort of stuff is probably always going to be in my area of interest, but I don't know how guys just do UFOs, right? There's just not enough stuff to talk about. I mean, there's a volume of cases, but most of them are not very credible, and most or a lot of the stories just fall apart under scrutiny or under requests for any kind of real evidentiary support, right? So, you know, I don't understand how people like Richard Dolan or Stephen Greer continue to make a living at that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, how? Malia Heiner is he, her? Malaya, he, her. I think that's how you say that. If I'm ruining that, then I apologize. Malia, welcome to our place on the internet today. So, again, checking in with the live stream on YouTube, and it looks great. And checked on the, I'm going to take a moment to check on the Facebook live broadcast. We are simultaneously broadcasting on Twitch. If you're not already, it's twitch.tv/Truthseekers Show. Please do follow us on Twitch. Twitch seems to be hit or miss. Like there's not a lot of people like from Twitch finding us, and well, a few, but not many. I don't know that they have a very basic search, and we haven't really. I'm not sure that we're even going to continue. I might forget about Twitch and do another streaming location because I don't know. I don't know what's going to work as far as trying to expand the show, but Twitch has been, hit or miss. It's like sometimes we do a show and nobody is watching it on Twitch while it's live, but then we get some views later. So, and we also have a Rumble channel now. You can check my Twitter feed for that. I don't know that it's not a very easy to remember address for that, but you can check out. We're putting some select shows we are putting on Rumble now. And again, Rumble is another one of those that's hit or miss, First few videos that I posted got a whole bunch of views, but I think those were people that were already show viewers that just happened to see that I posted a show on Rumble and went and checked it out. When I'm not constantly advertising the views on Rumble, we get no views on Rumble. So, JJ asks, "Hi Stephen, I asked you on Twitter if you could get Daryl Sims, the alien hunter, on. Did you get a hold of him?" No, I have it on my list, JJ. I apologize. I usually spend one day in a week, and you mentioned him to me maybe a few days ago, or maybe it was a week ago, so I apologize. Generally what I do is I set aside one afternoon to just email people begging them to be a guest. We really need guests here, friends. That's another thing. So there's my email address, right, for the show. If any of you have experienced or friends, right, or if you have any friend that would make a good guest that has a compelling story about something mysterious or paranormal or strange, right, please do have them email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. Always looking for new guests and new stories to share. So if you know someone who has a really good story to share, please do send them my way. I can't believe that a thrown together show, everything is looking great, right? And the show earlier, I'm just kind of pissed about that. Like, God, why did that one look shitty and this one looks great? This is the way my life goes, friends. Prophetic. Did you watch the Joe Rogan podcast with Robert Bigelow? So boring. Yeah, I have watched a clip of when somebody posted a clip of him telling Bob Lazar's story, or Joe Rogan did in the clips. I haven't watched the 2-hour or 3-hour interview, full interview. No. And you know what? I don't think I even want to. There's some things I just go, I don't care, right? And if he says something like really new or big or important, somebody else will cover it, and then I'll know. And I didn't have to spend 3 hours sitting through him. The sense that I get from Bigelow is that he's a guy with $1 billion who's really kind of a little out there and into UFOs and strange topics, and he buys his way into access to the movers and shakers, right? Solar Marshall, congratulations on the new show. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you need new virtual sets and stuff? It's not really a new show. Same show. But we've had some upgrades, right? Well, actually, I still haven't decided if this is better. A lot of people seem to think it's better. It's much crisper and cleaner, and it's well lit. I'm not a big fan of well lit, right? I'm not that handsome, right? And You know, this is funny. Somebody else that does a stream, much more popular than mine, like a real talking head kind of a stream, right? It's like a news stream, sort of news and politics stream. But he's very, very successful. He told me, he's like, well, what kind of makeup do you have? And I'm like, makeup? I'm not going to do that, right? But when in Rome, I don't know. I do got some foundation. These, these super bright lit scenes, it's like every freckle, like, you know, I don't like it so bright. I'm adjusting to this. I'm adjusting to the brightness level. And also, uh, it's an adjustment that it's so bright in here because of the lights for the backgrounds and stuff to get this to work. And I'm not used to sitting here like in a super bright room. And that's a little, you know, try to do the show and relax, right? I try to relax when I do the show. And this is not relaxing, right? I feel like I'm in a tanning booth. Like, it's that bright, right? I've only ever been in a tanning booth one time, friends. I'm half Irish, so I don't tan. I turn red as a lobster. Look, I look red now. And I've gotten no sun for the past, like, I don't know, 6 weeks. Prophetic, please send that to me on Twitter or Facebook, right? Or you can email it to me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. I would love to see that. I heard him do this riff in some show or documentary about having a dead man's trigger file, right? I heard him tell the story, right? Like, oh, just in case anything ever happens to me, if anybody should, that's why I'm not getting murdered for all these disclosure revelations that I have, right? Because I have a dead man's trigger, and it's a James Bond story. It's bullshit. But if he actually wrote something out about this, oh, I want it. Oh, prophetic, I want it. We will cover that. Malia, when's that crazy girl getting back here anyways? Well, I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific, Malia. I think we've had, I don't know how many crazy girls we've had. Or covered, right? Oh, crazy Carrie Cassidy. Yeah, she may be back shortly. We'll see. We will see. Solar Marshal Stephen Greer also claims he was offered $26 billion to keep quiet. Yeah, right? Sure you were. Sure you were. I think it was 25 million. Solar Marshal. In fairness, I think he said millions, not billions. Prophetic says they'll send me that file. That will be entertaining. Is it long? Yeah, and Prophetic, is it real long, or can we read it in a short time here? Not million, billion. You're gonna have to find me. You're gonna have to find me the source of that. I don't believe he said billion. Did he say that they offered him billions of dollars to keep his mouth quiet about the truth about aliens, bro? That's my new thing. The truth about aliens, bro. I'm gonna give you the truth about aliens. That's what most of these UFO guys are running around promising people, and which is another reason that I'm very glad that I'm pivoting away to different subjects, because I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. I'm gonna bring you the truth about aliens, bro. No, I'm not the guy. If that's what you're looking for here, I'm not the guy, because I don't know. There's just no good, credible, real evidence for most of this. It's all mythology and lore and made up stories and tacked on stories on top of other stories that came before it. And this is not to say that I don't believe in life on other planets and that there may have been some visitation from others, right? I truly believe that could be possible, but there's too many clowns running around trying to prove that aliens are real. that have nothing. They got nothing. They don't have any really good, solid evidence, right? It's all smoke and mirrors and speculation. And I'm annoyed with it. I'm once again, I took a break for a long time, right, from UFO stuff when we first started this show because honestly, I was sick of that rabbit hole where you never get to the end of it. You never get to the good stuff. You never get to see the bodies or the material or the recovered UFO that they have in some secret vault somewhere. It just never comes. You never get to the good stuff, right? It's just, here's a tantalizing thing to keep you interested until the next slightly tantalizing thing. Okay, Prophetic says I just said it. Oh, an infinite bank. They offered him an infinite bank account. Boy, I'd like to have one of them. An infinite bank account? That sounds really good. Okay. Oh, man. Uh, well, unfortunately, I appreciate you sending me this, Prophetic, but unfortunately, well, maybe, wait a second. Let's see if I can't magnify it, because I can't. Yeah, this is 33 pages. Oh, this is 33 pages of gold, it looks like. So I appreciate you sending me this, but this is its own show. Yeah, I do remember seeing somebody sent me something like this. But isn't this like a transcript from something? Like a talk that he gave? I think that it is. Yeah, he talks about electronic mind control going on with somebody in this, right? Oh, geez. He's getting threats about the Criminal Investigative Division of the Army moving in. He's going to share death threats. Oh, friends, this is gold. Yeah, we're going to do a whole show on that drop. Thank you. I appreciate it, Prophetic. Okay, let me take this banner out of here. Yeah, that could be its own show, Prophetic. That's kind of, it's 33 pages of pure gold because he's talking about death threats and people being CIA mind controlled with electronic devices and oh. And you see, here's one of the things, like, these grifters forget that the internet never forgets their bullshit. You know, they pile bullshit on top of bullshit and hope you forget about the previous bullshit. But I don't know. I kind of believe in that in that anonymous saying, right? We do not forgive and we do not forget. Prophetic says, and the Mormon spies, Steve. Yeah, it's just like, you can't even make this shit up. It's so ridiculous, right? It's like a bad spy novel. It's like a spy novel story written by an idiot that doesn't know anything about real spies and real government agents, right? They just there was Mormon spies. Maybe there was Jehovah's Witness spies too, and they knocked on the doors of people, right? Just to check in their look in their house and make sure there was no aliens in there. Is that what it is? They're checking out Stephen Greer. Oh, how you doing? Ronald Penton is here and found us through Ryan Gable's show, The Secret Teachings, digging the show. Thanks, that's very nice of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, he and I think a lot alike. He covers a lot of these clowns making up shit constantly too. I had not heard this one. Bob Lazar was electronically mind controlled on Rogan, hence his migraine, according to Lazar's cater of supporters. No, I didn't. I've never heard that. I gotta hang out where the Bob Lazar supporters hang out, I guess, because I don't, and I don't really know what they're using to justify Bob Lazar's bullshit lately. You know, I checked out of that story too, right? And like, I was interested enough to hear what Bigelow said in the clip, like tells Bob Lazar stories, but wasn't anything exciting. It was like, oh, he once blew up a balloon and was going to launch it towards the base, but the wind took it the other way. And I believe him because George Knapp's an investigative journalist, and he believes him. I'm sorry about that, UFO Gandalf. I don't know what's going on with that. Yes, and I wanted to also check in. I've checked in with the YouTube uh, live stream. That looks great. I've checked in with the Facebook stream. That looks great. So, what does this mean? Does this mean I have to do shows at 3 o'clock in the morning so that StreamYard servers are not so overloaded that they work better? You know, given that I pay money for a service, I don't want to be forced to use it only at certain times, right? So I just checked in, and the Twitch stream looks great. The Facebook stream looks great, and the YouTube stream looks great. Thank you guys for coming here and helping me test this technical stuff. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's technical stuff, you know, because I'm doing this other stream just so that I have more things to talk about with our cloud service provider, who basically, when I have an issue, blame it on me. You know, so here's the thing: the stream looks great if I don't broadcast it. If I just record it locally, it looks great. It looks just like this: crisp, clear, well lit, high quality. It looks great. So there's something going on with StreamYard, and I suspect it is, and I've charted this. The streams don't work very well uh, at night, at certain times, I should say. So in other words, if I do a stream at 3 o'clock in the morning, like we're doing right now, the quality is great. If I do it at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., not so great. If I do it early morning, not so great. I don't know. I'm trying to chart this and figure out what the issue is. But I suspect that it is an issue with the cloud service provider not having enough brute CPU power to handle the processing tasks that the users are flooding it with at times where many, many shows are running at once. I'm going to try to work with them to resolve the issues, though. JJ says it's only 7 p.m. here. Yeah, and I guess, I'm not sure where StreamYard servers are, but probably California. So, it's midnight there. I suppose where their servers are. And I'm guessing California. That's where most cloud servers are, I would think. Yes, you can go on the About tab on the main screen. Oh, and I forgot something else. I can actually share the live chat on the screen, but I gotta change the. I'm just gonna change the background there for a moment because it doesn't look right when I share it with the other screen. Oh, let me fix that as well. There we go. Oh, no. This is the way I wanted to do it. There we go. Or this way. There. Now I can, definitely, we can monitor the live chat better now. Lewis says, from some of his supporters on YouTube in response to his migraine, they actually believe the migraine is real and that the CIA has some microwave machine that is blasting Bob's brain. I'm so sick of Bob Lazar, it's unreal. Me and the alien scientists were talking about him earlier, and I had enough, and we both did. Yeah, I checked out Solar Marshal. I just don't care. You know, it's like they want you to keep on, like, keeping up with the garbage. Lewis says Lazar is a slithering troll, kind of hilarious in a way, but in a gross, skin crawling type of way. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sorry if anybody's having trouble hitting that PayPal donate. That's another thing I don't want to see, right? That's a technical problem I don't want to have. Should be as easy as possible for people to throw money at me, which is why we need the super chats. A lot of people are used to that. Already do it for other shows, right? Yeah, and how could he have a migraine when Rogan didn't press him for real on anything? Prophetic. You with your logic. How could I give Bob Lazar a migraine when I could give him a heart attack or just whack him in the street, just like he said already happened when Dennis sent his goons. But they missed him. Cal Korf is here. Hi, Cal Korf. Commenting from the Facebook feed. Yeah, we're just testing this new virtual sets and the stream quality because earlier it was terrible. And I want to have plenty of information to share with our cloud service provider. And maybe they can explain to me why at 3 o'clock in the morning I never have problems with the visual feed looking bad, with the video feed looking bad. But at busy times for their servers, apparently, I have all kinds of problems and it goes wonky on us, right? It looks terrible sometimes. And that's the times when most of the shows are going, right? 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, I guess there's not as much going on their servers. This is why I don't like the cloud. Um, I don't like depending on somebody else to do something for me. Because if they don't do it right, I can't fix it for them. You know, I can't fix this. They have to fix this. And it's very frustrating. Calcorf says, because most people are not using the internet at 3 a.m., had the same problem in India. Yeah, now Cal, I'm so frustrated with these quality issues that I am like charting and graphing stuff, trying to figure out why is it doesn't work at this time, and then it's working at this time, and then I start thinking, I shouldn't have to do any of this. I'm paying a company for a service. They're not adequately providing the service, right? But then it's going to be a nightmare. Like, what do I do? Change to OBS or some other streaming platform? I just now have figured out how to work all this crap. I don't want to switch. I'm going to try. We're going to try to stick it through and, you know, make it work. When I have, BG says, when I have a migraine, I can't function. No way I'd be doing an interview. Yeah, I agree. Cal Corp says he used to have to stay up all night in India to get good speed to deal with the USA and other time zones. Yeah, I know a guy in India. A few, actually. And, yeah, they have kind of wonky internet, right? I can imagine it's like, it's not quite dial-up, but it's not quite high speed, right? And they have what? What is the population of India like, Calcorp? There's like 1 billion people trying to use the internet at once. That's gotta be taxing, right? I don't know. Galibos says, I really hope I don't have issues with the video while streaming with the telescope. That's definitely not a good thing, dealing with gathering evidence. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I would not use. I was just about to say I would not use StreamYard for something mission critical. But then again, my show to me is mission critical, right? It's kind of annoying to me. Um, it's kind of annoying to me. It's mission critical to me that the show goes well, right? Maybe I should follow my own advice. I don't know. I I just hope it resolves itself. You know what? This thing was happening before. But they blamed my lighting, so I got better lighting. And I don't know if they're gonna blame something else next. You know? And again, this is why I don't like cloud computing. I hate it. Because it's great if it works, right? Like I pay them to do this thing for us, take this stream, and the quality of the stream that I'm doing, and the quality of the cameras is good, and the quality of the lighting is good. So it's not my fault. Whatever's going on it's their fault, and um, I'm not even sure that they will acknowledge the problem is in their court, and that's frustrating. Um, but again, it is what it is, right? Lewis says Mumbai internet sucks, but so does Optus internet in Sydney. I don't think I'm familiar with either of those companies. Pragmagic is here. Oh, and that reminds me. Here we go. Along with the live chat, we can have a live panel if anybody would like to do that. I have the show invitation here somewhere. All right, I'm going to send this show invitation out to a few of you that are in the live chat that I'm aware of. Let's see. I'm going to send it to... I saw Pragmagic is here. And he's always up to get on. I would hope. I don't know. We'll see. And let me see. I have to find... yeah, and again, this is last minute, but if you would like to come on the show here live with us, you are most welcome. Everybody in the live chat is most welcome. If you follow me on Twitter, you can send me a DM and ask for the channel invitation. Or I can send it to you on Facebook. I will go monitor my Facebook messages. If you'd like to come on the show, please just send me a message on Facebook and I will send you the chat invitation. Let's see here. I'm checking with my messenger. Friends, please stand by here. I'm not sure Spooky's around, but I just sent Spooky an invitation. And let me see. Anybody else? Any takers? You're happy to... Wait. Calabas says, I'm too boring and ripped beyond all recognition. Well, that would make for a good show, though. That would be awesome. Come and be ripped here. Don't, don't hold back, Michael. Don't hold back. It's all for the greater good. Cal Corf says, by the way, to help you rent out your Roswell series, I would recommend you have an investigative journalist, Art Levine, on. He investigated Kaufman and knows about the Roswell researchers. He watches your show and I think offered to come on. Just an idea. Yeah, get him in touch with me, Cal Corf. I'll do that. Absolutely. We could do it Saturday. As soon as Saturday. Jay Roach says, I'm getting a little sick and tired of hearing Third Phase of Moon trying to claim false disclosure. Jeez. Yeah. Somebody else, we did this thing called the UFO report earlier, and somebody wanted me to cover this black triangle story over LA highway that they had, but I just looked into that story quickly, and the only source that I was able to find that had that video was Third Phase of Moon. So I quickly went, yeah, that probably means it's fake. And you know what? It's like the boy who cried wolf. You know, people are trying to say, oh, they haven't hoaxed anything in a while, but they did in the past. And all the CGI videos that were proven fakes that they posted, and now that we're supposed to trust them. Countdown to disclosure? Countdown to bullshit, bro. It's countdown to bullshit. That's what it is. I can't do Third Phase of Moon. I leave that to Mario. Okay, so Pragmagic is blowing me off, and nobody else wants to come on our show. So, see, I told you how hard it is getting guests. We can't even get my friends to come on here. It's great. That is the hallmark of a high quality show. But in their defense, it's not like I gave anybody any notice. I just thought, oh well, if anybody wants to, since we're having this, all these people in the live chat, you know, well, checking in once again with the streams, and everything looks great. So I am fairly certain that the issue is StreamYard's overloaded servers during busy times for everybody doing shows. Seems to be 8 to midnight, blur Resi land if you try to stream. Um, Super early in the morning, you're okay. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. again, problems, resing, low quality, grainy. I'm fairly certain that we've isolated the problem as being their servers. They don't have enough. Maybe that's the issue. They don't have enough, but they don't have enough processing power. And I've talked to many other people who had similar views on this software and this cloud service. Yeah, Pigsy 2400. Did you catch Bigelow and JRE? Geez, what a car crash. No, I didn't catch the whole thing. I mentioned earlier, I just caught the 15-minute clip or something that Joe Rogan posted with Bob Bigelow telling Bob Lazar stories. And, okay. You know, there's just no there. Bob Bigelow doesn't have the goods. If he did, he would have dropped them. So all this stuff about, oh my, he just kind of buys his way into his interests, right? He's interested in UFOs, so he bought the Skinwalker Ranch, right? Then he sold it. And he started a business with Bob Lazar. And I suspect that was just to get to meet him and get in with him, right? Apparently that didn't work out, and yeah. So I'm gonna remove that, friends. So it looks like the technical issues have worked themselves out, and I guess I got to do a show at 3 o'clock in the morning from now on. That's when I have to do my show because my cloud service provider cannot provide the services that I'm paying for at hours when I want to actually use the service. A little disappointing. And, my other option is, well, I could pre-record and upload, but no, I can't, not with the live chat, right? No. So, a big portion of our show is audience interaction. And if I just pre-record, no. That's not going to work. It's a live show. I've noticed late shows are prime for viewers. Yeah, I don't think so. We've got 25 people watching right now, Pragmagic, and we average 50 to 60 at a, or 40 to 60 at an earlier time. Yeah, Bee Gees, this one's just for you guys. Perfect time for Aussies. Yeah. I don't even know. I'm going to look it up. It's 7:25 p.m. in Sydney, Australia right now, Bee Gees, right? Yeah, so I guess that would be a good time. Piggy 2400 says it's 8 a.m. here in the UK. Yeah, see? This time zone thing is difficult for me to just even wrap my brain around, right? So I suppose any time is a good time for a show if you have an international audience. And we're very blessed that we do here. And that's one of the things that amazes me. Like, I can't believe it. Right now, we have somebody watching in the United Kingdom, in England. We have a few people from Australia. I believe there's somebody that's in Tasmania, of all places, right? A few in Europe and the United States and Canada all together. And of course, Michael is in California, I believe, right? So yeah, you're a awful lot of miles from me, Michael. Oh, Washington State. Oh, UFO Gandalf, thank you so much. I'm going to check that right now. And, whoa. UFO Gandalf, that is incredibly generous of you. And I appreciate it immensely. Let me see if you... Oh, wow. What a great comment, too. So, UFO Gandalf is... Actually, I want to do this right. So just bear with me a moment, friends. Okay, so again, if you're feeling generous and you want to support our show, there's a PayPal donate button, and everybody that donates, we shout out if they add a note. And we tonight got a kind and generous $50 donation from UFO Gandalf, and I want to thank you sincerely for supporting the show. That's a big couple of bucks, bro, and I sincerely appreciate it. And he writes, happy 1,000 subs from UFO Gandalf. Yeah, and you were here at the start of this thing. So thank you immensely for your kindness, your generosity, and your continued support of the show. This is viewer-supported show, which means that you, the viewers, help keep this show going. I can't thank you enough, UFO Gandalf. I feel like I should do a dance for you or something, right? Like, I'm going to get a dancing monkey. I promise, right? It's on my list of things to do. I'm going to get a dancing monkey, right? And I'm going to keep it here. And every time somebody donates money, I'm going to let the dancing monkey dance, right? UFO Gandalf says, you're welcome, mate. Nice. Yeah, Pragmagic. That's a big chunk, right? That's another webcam or something, right, Pragmagic? Barry O'Heat says, put the strippers up. I don't really have strippers soloed, like, that I can just pull in right now. We could share it from YouTube or some other source, but the last time I did that, they made it inappropriate, and then you had to be signed in, and that really cuts down on the number of views that the show gets. So I'm trying to not do that. For some reason, if I Make an overlay video with hot girls dancing. That's okay, but taking it from YouTube, it's inappropriate. UFO Gandalf, I approve. We need a monkey. Yeah. Now I gotta figure out a dancing monkey. See, this is what happens. This is the carnival that we're becoming. But if that'll keep people sending donations, I'm gonna be like, dance monkey dance, right? Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. And by the way, I'm gonna say my praise the cash prayer, and once again recognize tonight's generous, kind benefactor and donator, UFO Gandalf. Really, that is an amazing thing that you did tonight, and really does help. So we'll say it once again. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty. And UFO Gandalf, praise the cash. And we're also going to say our daily prayer to the YouTube algorithm. Please, YouTube algorithms, you hold my future in your balance, in your hands. Please, raise us in the search engines. Kind and... He's a kind AI God, right? These AI gods we serve, these AI algorithms, please, hear our prayer. Raise us in the search engine. Let more people find our show. And do not copyright strike us for anything, because we are fair use. In Google's name, we pray. Amen. All I can do is say a prayer. My life is in the hands of an AI algorithm. And by the way, I have a feeling that no human reviews the show and turns the monetization on. I think that is more than likely an AI algorithm that we're waiting on to turn our super chat donations. So, yeah, Pragmagic, no, it's not monetized yet. It's supposed to be. We passed the metrics to be monetized 5 or 6 weeks ago, or more. I think more like 7 weeks ago. But then I waited 2 extra weeks to make sure that we had enough of a buffer on the subscribers that it wasn't going to drop below their threshold. And then I did all the paperwork and whatever, and now we're waiting 5 weeks for them to review the channel and turn on the super chats. Yes, it is annoying, because I know in 5 weeks I've lost a lot of super chat donations. People are very generous, and super chats are the easiest way for people to throw a couple of dollars your way. To make them go over to PayPal and this and that, it's just extra steps. And then they got to leave the chat sometimes to do it. And people are watching the show and they don't want to miss the show, so they don't want to, you know. I just hopefully it'll get turned on. Lewis says Semyazi is an internet god. Just ask Meyer. Yeah, or Michael Horn, right? Wow. UFO Gandalf, you're earning good money picking fruit. Good for you. That's got to be a hard job, though, right? I don't know. I worked on a farm with for like a very, very short time. But it was more just like a friend and a neighbor needed help getting a harvest in and asked me to help them, and then they gave me a small amount of money. But that was hard work out there in the hot sun, right? And I was picking blueberries. That's not easy. Hand picking. I would never forget, like, you go out there and it's just like, oh my God, there's blueberry bushes as far as the eye could see, right? It was this big meadow and then woods at the end of the meadow, but this huge meadow just filled with blueberry bushes. And we have these 5-gallon buckets, and you just run around and go down the line, you know? Yeah, that's a very hard job. So God bless anybody that's out there working outside or doing a hard physical labor job, you know? I feel for you. I've had some crazy jobs. Like, I was a roofer for like a day. I couldn't do it. You know, guys like, all right, set up that ladder, and I need you to carry these, you know, 100-pound things of shingles up that ladder. I'm like, don't you got like a crane or like, you know, like a pulley and a rope? No, that's not how we do it. Just put it on your back and walk it up. Like, this is not fun. Not in 100-degree weather, right? No. So, yeah, so I lasted one day at that. Laquifa Pimp, what's your thoughts on Corey Good and Stephen Greer? By the way, I watch your videos every night and will be literally dying of laughter. Yeah, we haven't had a funny show. I'm going to try to get a funny show together. And my views on Corey Good is that he's not to be trusted. Nothing he says has ever been proven to be factually accurate or correct. He has zero evidence after 5 years of telling, his space stories. He's got nothing. And as far as Stephen Greer, I think he's another UFO profiteer who has no real evidence, no real proof. If he had, it's been 30 years, bro. He would have dropped it by now. And he hasn't. Which tells me that he never will, if history is any indicator, right? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get how that guy could collect millions of dollars and never provide any solid, tangible evidence or proof of 30 years of fantastical claims and stories, none of which can be proven or verified, and he's been caught lying and saying things that he says people told him and that never happened, or briefing people that he says he briefed, like Woolsey, the CIA. One time CIA head, turns out he didn't do that. Totally disputed. Wow. Cali Boss, I met Greer. He's a POS. We're trying not to curse here too, because apparently the algorithm doesn't like that. You know how hard it is for me to not curse? It's incredibly difficult. And I wanted to mention we're also trying to go back to playing music in the background here. The software was just sort of upgraded to allow stereo, which means it doesn't sound terrible as it did for a time. I kind of like that background ambiance, right? Especially if it matches the subject that we are discussing or talking about. Lewis asked, but what about Jacques Vallée? Again, Jacques Vallée has made there's a lot of talk about possible UFO debris that they've got in their possession and they're going to test and things like that. And I don't think we ever get to the definitive proof in a lab report. And again, he's been talking about these materials that he's testing in laboratories for, 10 years now? And we still haven't gotten can I see a lab report? You can put any material in a machine that will tell you what the material is, right? If you're a material scientist, for sure. We never get that lab report. Why is that? Oh, that's funny. BG says, well, Jiggy's stream is effed then. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying. I'm going to try to not curse, right? If I can get through a show without cursing, I'm going to try to do it. That was a big challenge when I was doing a podcast on Fringe FM. Because he didn't tell me when I started my show there that I wasn't supposed to curse. So, and I can't remember, we was talking about oral sex, but using I was telling people to give me oral sex, but I was using the more colorful way that people usually say it. Like, you can, yeah. And the guy that ran the distribution network, tuned into the show, and he was, horrified that I was saying that kind of stuff on his network. Because they were professionals, right? They're professional broadcasters, right? And here's this guy talking about this stuff on the first show that was on the network, right? And then he had to talk to me and convince me that I should never curse on his network. And then I'd forget and I'd have to edit stuff. It was terrible. What about Cliff High? I think a lot of what Cliff High talks about is nonsense. Nice guy, right? I interviewed him once on my podcast audio show. Really nice guy. And you know what? I like him because we're both into a lot of the same stuff: computers, conspiracy theories, UFOs, right? But a lot of the stuff that he talks about is, it's just wacky. It's just, like, it's the inmates running the asylum when you start listening to Cliff High, you know? And I don't believe that his webbot actually predicts anything. I think it gets lucky sometimes. I'm trying to program my own sort of webbot, and it seemed to me like, is it really predicting anything, or is it just getting lucky? And are you seeing what you want to see or hearing what you want to hear come out of the other end of this basically data collection program, right? Cliff High gets high on his own supply. Could be. Digital Communist says, say it, brother, it's a scam. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to make any allegations without any solid evidence or proof, but I think selling a report by some that's supposed to give you like predictions of the future by some data collecting program and analysis program is not very credible or reputable thing to be doing, because I think it's an art and definitely not a science. I don't believe that he can prove that his webbot predicts anything. I believe that he shoots a lot of data in and he gets some data out, and then he cherry picks the data that would support his hypothesis that it's predicting the future. But I don't believe that it does. Just my opinion. Nice guy. I like him. You know, he's a very likable guy, smart guy. Laquifa Pimp says the guy, what a user ID. Laquifa Pimp. The guy on Greer's show had a whistleblower on his channel for an interview, and the guy who was talking could barely answer any questions. I'm like, now Stephen Reptilian Greer, you know he's full of yes. Jay Roach, it's all crap. Yeah, could be. I mean, just a lot of these characters and a lot of these stories are just not at all very credible, and most of them don't have evidence to support any of their outrageous claims. You know, we say this time and time again: extraordinary claims require extraordinary proof, and most of the time, not only do these people making extraordinary claims not have extraordinary proof, they don't have any proof, right? Ask him to let you buy that report named Roaring Twenties at a discount, and then read it online to entertain us. I would if I could get a hold of it. And yes, I do not want to pay $100 to debunk Cliff High's reports. Cliff High's got reports. Okay, I'm going to start writing reports, and I'm going to sell mine for $10. How about that? Right? Which kind of reminds me, I have new tracks for the Mind Hack Project. For those that don't know, if you join Patreon, you get the Mind Hack Project for free, and it is a personal development course. Speaking of selling stuff, right? The Mind Hack course combines binaural beats, motivational speaking, subliminal messages, guided meditations, and hypnotic inductions to help you achieve some of your goals. A lot of people have found it very, very helpful. And we've gotten a lot of positive feedback. And remember that some people are selling courses out there for $333. Some people are selling courses for $777. What's with the numerology stuff, right? But it is what it is, and some people are selling courses for literally hundreds of dollars. There is 4 hours of materials currently in the Mind Hack Project, and you get it all for joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month. For those unfamiliar with the Mind Hack Project, here is a little more information about that. What if it was possible to learn how to hack or program your own mind? The truth is, your mind has already been programmed and controlled by others for years. But this is how you break free. This is how you learn to program your own mind and finally take control of your destiny. This is how you break that bondage. This is how you learn to hack your own mind and learn to finally be free. Welcome to Mind Hack. The Mind Hack system includes guided meditations, binaural beats for each brain state, motivational speaking, hypnotic inductions, and much, much more. The Mind Hack system puts you back in control. The Mind Hack system helps you reach your goals. The Mind Hack system helps you manifest your dreams into reality. By finally taking control of your own mind, you will learn to focus and take control of your own infinite potential. Welcome to Mind Hack. And there we have it, friends. A little bit more information about my Mind Hack project that comes included with Patreon. So, friends, I guess we're winding down here. I did not plan on doing a second show today. Not at all. So I guess we'll just consider today a bonus stream, a double shot of our show here. And I gotta say, for just off the cuff, last minute, except for nobody wanting to be a panel guest, not one taker, this went extremely well. And again, I'm looking in again at the quality of the stream to all 3 streaming locations. Looks great. So I am going to tomorrow try to work on some of these quality issues with our cloud services provider. And hopefully they'll have some answers for me other than it's your fault, not us. I think we've nailed them. Like they can't say that it's not their issue. Yeah. BG says, sorry, Steve, I'm too buggered. Yeah, apparently everybody's too buggered. Pragmatic was like, yeah, I snorted this 8-ball earlier today, and then I just, I drank 2/5 of vodka, and I'm like, kind of just chilling. Okay, bro. He was coming down, you know. He had a big bender, I guess. Kelly Boss says, have a good night, everyone. Good job on the show, Stephen. Yeah, Jay Roach, that is a great story. The Ariel School, to this day, made me a believer. And for those that don't know, that's a group of school children that saw a flying saucer land and aliens and all manner of things. And even 20 years later, they still all stand by their stories of what it is that they saw, felt, and experienced. It's an amazing story. We have not... we have not covered that story, actually, and we're probably going to do so in the future. MH. My sleeping pregnant wife would kill me. I understand that. Digital Communist. By the way, when is the second part about good old Richard Dolan coming out? Come on, man. You know, I still have notes. I listened to 5 hours of him trying to prove the Wilson documents were real, or him have a shill come on to try to prove that the Wilson documents were real. I made all these notes. Maybe we will get back to that. But it's kind of like kicking a dead horse to me. Yeah. Keep the streams coming. Jay Roach, very kind comment. Thank you for your kindness and your support. Says, keep the streams coming, Stephen. Good work. Yeah, well, the purpose of today's show was really to just, first of all, run a show real late at night so we can test their server loads and see if that has something to do with the quality issue or not, as I suspect it. And turns out, yeah, it has something to do with it. So, friends, yeah, that's another thing. I'm trying to get used to running this additional machine. I really need a producer, somebody that knows what they're doing. This is, you know, it's amazing anything works here, right? Amazing that anything works here. So, friends, I guess we're going to wind things down here. It's always weird to me to find like that jumping off ramp, you know? Where's the off ramp? Sometimes it just has to do with finding the sweet spot. Oh, here's another thing. You hear that? That's me clicking a mouse. I was joking before about people complaining about every little thing. Somebody sent me an email telling me to get a quieter mouse or a noise canceling microphone because that clicking microphone sound is very annoying and unprofessional. And yeah, this isn't this. If you're looking for a professional show, go elsewhere. Yeah, but this is just my point. It's like every little thing. Somebody's complaining about the mouse clicking. Is come on, man. I have to work the show myself. Therefore, I have to click a mouse. And this, I was thinking like this means that I'm going to spend all day tomorrow going through a box of mice that I have in the garage trying to find the quietest clicking mouse so that people don't complain anymore. Jay Roach, why can't I super chat you, bro? I because we've been waiting. People keep asking, and this annoys me to no end. Jay Roach, 7 or so weeks ago, we hit the threshold for monetization, the numbers that YouTube requires, right? I waited an additional 2 weeks just to make sure that we would get even more subscribers so that it wouldn't dip below their requirements by the time they reviewed the channel. So we've been waiting 5 weeks, I believe, right now, for them to turn on the super chat donations. In the meantime, we have something called the not so super chat donations, in which you can just you can send a PayPal donation with a note to truthseekersshow@gmail.com, and then I shout it out on air, whatever it is that you write, and thank you profusely for your kindness, your generosity, and your support. The other way that you could do that is oh yeah, so here's the donation. The not so super chat donations. Send a PayPal donation at truthseekershow@gmail.com. Make sure, please, include your chat room user ID in the note line and any message that you'd like for me to shout out. And that's what we do in the meantime while we're waiting for these super chat donations to be turned on. And I hate it every time somebody asks, why can't I super chat you? Because that meant they were going to, and that extra step involved with going to PayPal, I know it's a hassle, friends. Everybody wants to do the super chats. I want them to be on. Trust me, I want them to be on. We are losing money, potential money, every day that they make me wait past, the reasonable time frame, which I was told is a month. It takes about a month for them to review the channel. We're way beyond a month. Might even be up to 6 weeks now that we've been waiting for them to turn it on. It's, again, this is another one of those things. It's like, I can't do anything. I just got to wait on them and hope every day. Every day I check. Every morning when I get up, I check. Did they turn it on? And every day I'm a little disappointed. Okay, Chris77 with another very supportive comment. I always look forward to your streams, especially when we get to laugh at the fraudsters. Yeah, we're going to try to do a little bit more of that, right? Yeah, click, click, click. Yeah, I'm sorry that I have to work everything on the show by myself, which requires me to click a mouse. And I'm sorry if that bothers some people. And maybe I just have to get an even thicker skin. Like, I thought I had a pretty thick skin, but with all the people that complain constantly about stupid things like that, it starts to bother me. Like, You know, or I guess, you know, my other answer to some of these critics is going to be like, well, here's what you do. Um, find me the quietest mouse that you can, right? Order 25 mice and test them all for click noise, right? Like, how loud is the click of the mouse, right? And once you've found the right model, send me a PayPal donation and I will buy that model of quiet click mouse just for you. Okay? I guess that'll be my answer for some of this stuff. And actually, there's something else that I was going to do tonight. And then of course it escapes me right now. Click equals kill confirmed. Yeah. Renee Miss Genocide is here. Better late than never. Greetings and salutations, Miss Genocide, and it is very good to see you here. You are most welcome here. Yeah, so, I don't know, friends. This whole show tonight was just about testing the quality, both video and audio, of the stream going out to our 3 streamed locations: twitch.tv/Truthseekers Show, Facebook Live, my Facebook page, and our YouTube channel here. And looks like everything went better than I expected. I expected it was going to be a little choppy. Perfectly crystal clean and clear for this whole thing. You know, and I thought it might be an issue with the processing of the videos, but I don't think so. I'm going to check the videos again tomorrow or whatever. Doesn't appear to be a processing issue, or that same weird choppiness and bad quality wouldn't be on all 3 of the locations, right? So if anybody has any suggestions for upcoming topics of discussion or shows we could have, or for guests, I'm all ears. Again, I'm going to share my one second. I'm going to share the show email address is truthseekershow@gmail.com. If you want to be a guest on the show, you have a mysterious, strange, or esoteric experience that you'd like to share, we'd like to hear your story. Email me at truthseekershow@gmail.com. If you know somebody that may want to be a guest, please get them in touch with us. I would sincerely appreciate that. That's how we hopefully find some new guests to talk to. I'd like to do at least 3 interviews a week going forward, which is ambitious goal for sure, right? But we'll see where that goes. And also, a few people have asked me about you're not doing a show every day, 5 days a week, 5 or 6 days a week. And the answer is really no, but I will if I can. In other words, we have a philosophy here called no schedule and rocking, which means when I have time and I do a show, I try to do a good show. And if I don't feel that I have enough material or good stuff to talk about to do a really good quality show, then I wait until I do. And that, my friends, is just a reality. And I just don't like when I see shows where people just, go live and talk about nothing or whatever. Sometimes it works. It worked for us tonight, so who am I to judge, right? But this really was last minute and really just to test. I'm here really just to test the technical thing. But I thought if we could talk about some things and give time to the live chat, and catch up with a lot of our live chat participants and regulars here, great. Renee Miss Genocide asks, what kind of guests are you looking for? People that have had UFO experiences, people that have had ghost experiences, people that have had near-death experiences, abduction experiences, Bigfoot experiences, cryptid creature experiences. Somebody who's written a book about any cool topic, right? I like interviewing authors because I get to read their books and sort of get into their minds before I do the interview. I'm really enjoying this book by Dave Halperin. Oh, I can't. Oh, here it is, friends. Yeah, so this is an upcoming, this is going to be one of our upcoming guests. He's the author of the book Intimate Alien. It's The Hidden History of the UFO by David J. Halperin. I'm almost through it. I want to finish the book, and then we're going to interview the author, and I'm sure that's going to be a really interesting interview. Renee Miss Genocide says, I love the Hangouts. Yeah, well, good. That's why, listen, I haven't done just a Let's Go Live and talk to the live chat in a while. And honestly, I suffer from live chat guilt, right? What do I mean? I mean, sometimes, especially when we have guests, there's not enough time to interview the guest and give really good, adequate attention and time to the participants in the live chat. It's like a balancing act. So every once in a while, maybe I'll just do a show like this where we just catch up with everybody in the live chat. It would be better if it was announced in advance and planned. This way people who have specific questions or suggestions or want to talk to me a little more directly when we do these more live chat centered kind of a deal, will know to show up. Is it about aliens that want to get freaky with humans? Not so much. No, it's more about the spiritual and consciousness. It's sort of a look at the history and spiritual side of things. And Mr. Halperin has a background in religious studies, specifically Old Testament Bible, I believe. So it's an interesting perspective that he gives, and it's a different kind of a UFO book. It's not so much about nuts and bolts and, machinery. It's more about consciousness and the religious implications, and maybe a little bit of interdimensionality that may be at work with this UFO phenomenon. And I believe, like, the hidden history, that is a good way to put it. The hidden story of the UFO, because a lot of people attack the nuts and bolts angle, but very few people are going at it from the consciousness angle. I know that Grant Cameron did a huge, pivot in his sort of research, and he really got into the consciousness side. It's all from consciousness. It's all perception and consciousness, and that may be a good avenue of pursuit, right? Okay, friends, so we have been here for 90 minutes or so. So now's a good time as any for me to bail out of here and try to get some rest. I'm having a real hard time sleeping lately, which is probably the other reason why I'm doing this, because I can stare at the ceiling, or I can feel at least like I accomplished something with my insomnia. Oh, Chris77, let me check in with that for you. I appreciate you letting me know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't continue to monitor that. Yes. So, Chris77 asked, did my PayPal donation work? I forgot a note. Yes, it did. And let me just do something here real quick. 1 second. So I want to thank Chris77 for a kind and generous PayPal donation of $10. It's okay that you forgot a note as long as you let me know. So I don't want to, you know how I get people's real names sometimes when they send a PayPal donation. And I know a lot of people would prefer that I don't shout out their real name. So I won't do that. I will instead give my gratitude and my support, or my gratitude and my sincere thanks to Chris77 for a kind and generous $10 donation. And again, there's PayPal donate is in the About section of our site, or you just send a PayPal to truthseekershow@gmail.com. And 1 second, I wanted to do this. One second. One second, friends. I hate the dead air. I hate dead air. Even with the music playing, if I'm not talking, it still feels to me like dead air. Okay, 1 second. Now I got it. Okay. Yeah, it's been really amazing to me that so many people care enough about the show that they're willing to throw me a couple of bucks to keep this thing rolling on, right? Okay. Boy, that took a lot longer than it should have. So we had a kind donation of $10 from Chris77. Thanks so much, Chris77, for supporting the show. It really does help to keep the show going, and through the generosity and support of our viewers, we're able to keep the show rolling forward. So if you like what we do here and you want to see it continue, I really would appreciate if you could throw us a couple of bucks. Failing that, the best way to support us is to like, comment, and subscribe. Right? That won't cost you anything and really does help. The YouTube algorithm especially likes interaction, so please definitely smash the like button. That helps us in the search engine, helps us to find more people. And I'm actually amazed there was not one down vote tonight. No thumbs downs tonight, only thumbs up. The haters must be sleeping. My favorite is when people thumbs down the show before it even starts. That's my favorite thing. Right? Renee Miss Genocide says, I understand, Stephen. I have a horrible time sleeping at night. Yeah, it really is. I just can't sleep. I have too much on my mind. My mind races. I can't settle down. I can't relax, right? And then my wife kind of says, like, I don't know how to sleep. I know how to pass out. So drinking is an issue as well. Like, sometimes I feel like if I don't have, 6 or 10 beers, I'm not gonna, my mind just doesn't settle enough to go to sleep. And I have to try sort of some meditation, get back to more meditation practice. I think that may ease my insomnia problem. I realize lately that if I slack off of doing what I need to be doing there, I have issues like the inability to sleep or relax and more anxiety than usual. It really is beneficial to spend some time, at least 20 minutes a day, meditating. My name is Genocide. Everyone has at least one ghost or paranormal event. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, I had a paranormal event, right? And a lot of people that I know. Okay, MH says, thanks for the stream. Look forward to future shows. Off for sleep. V is here and says Cambion never sleeps. For sure, a CIA vampire. Yeah, I have insomnia. Plus, we really needed to do another stream just to test the quality of the stream because it was horrible on the earlier show. Right? Chris Spaghetti asking, do you smoke Mary Jane? Yes, I actually am a medical marijuana user. Now, for those that don't know, I had a brain aneurysm some time ago and have a condition called neuropathy in the area around where the brain aneurysm was. For the longest time, I was on opiates, but like most people, I find opiates to be very dangerous, addictive, and detrimental. Especially if you want to actually do things, you have to function. I think they take away the pain, but they take away all ambition too, right? So I've opted to use cannabis and found that is much more effective for my medical treatment than any prescription opiate, for sure. The quality of my life has certainly increased since I am no longer taking opiates of any kind and only using cannabis. Chris Spaghetti says sounds a lot better on become dependent. Yeah, nobody wants to become dependent on that stuff. That's a terrible way to live. Sounds a lot better on this stream. Thanks, Chris Spaghetti. Yeah, I think it's the issue. We've tracked it down, and the issue really is our cloud services provider. Apparently, they don't have enough CPU power to deal with the stream, and then it gets wonky. And that happens when it's busier. In other words, when more people are streaming, the quality is really bad. UFO Gandalf says weed really is indeed the best medicine. Well, I don't know about that, but it's certainly less detrimental than opiates or prescription painkillers. You know, I grew up in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia is like the heroin and fentanyl capital of the East Coast. I've had a lot of friends and people that I knew become addicted to opiates. Some of them eventually onto heroin and then died of drug overdoses. The most dangerous drug in the world, I believe, is opiates. And especially these artificial variants like fentanyl coming over from China. A lot of people in Philly are dying of that. It's very, very super easy to overdose from a fentanyl overdose, from a fentanyl use, right? Some people, the first time they use it, overdose and die. No amount of pain that I would ever experience, physical pain, is really worth me risking that, you know? Okay. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, friends, so weed and beer and you're in the clear. Yeah, everybody has their own medicine, right? Mark Robertson. Never mind this drug nonsense. You sorted the mic debacle yet. No, please don't tell me that you're complaining about the microphone. Yeah. I don't know. You know, it just, the whole thing, Mark Robertson, is like, it's good enough, right? Okay, it's not a, $3,000 microphone, but it's broadcast quality, it's good enough. So I just don't understand people complaining about the microphone. You know, like I said on a previous show, it's not like there's people listening to my show on a $2,000 stereo system. They're listening on their phone, their laptop, their desktop computer, maybe their TV, their smart TV. And I'm sure it sounds fine, right? Hey, Miss Jonaside says, I am on a crap load of meds and I smoke tinctures and edibles to exist. Yeah, we gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta get by, right? Yeah, so again, I want to thank both UFO Gandalf for a kind and generous $50 donation earlier in the stream, and Chris77 for a kind donation of $10. You have my gratitude. Really, I'm very humbled every time somebody is kind enough to throw a few dollars into the hat for the show to continue going. Uh, it makes me feel good, like I'm, you know, making some progress, and we're doing something that people appreciate enough to do that, right? Um, it really does help us to continue growing the show and expanding the show. This new sort of better production is brought to us, brought to you by the PayPal donations and the Patreon supporters. People who are not aware. I had this green screen for a while, even before I started this show, but I needed the right lighting to make it work. So we were able to dip into the Patreon and PayPal funds and get the lighting, and now it works. So really thankful to all you guys who have thrown a few bucks, and that really does literally make everything here work for the show. It's only getting better, friends. It's only getting better going forward with your help and interaction, right? Chris Spaghetti, could you add a transcript of the whistleblower video? It's hard to understand even with headphones. Yeah, I guess I could try to. I don't know. I hear it fine. I can make it out fine on headphones. A few others have said they can't make it out even with headphones. And there's something about that video where I really think that they did that on purpose to make it. They want you to listen to it 10 times, right? Could be that they just want you to listen to it 10 times. Yeah, I don't know. So, checking in one final time. Checking in one final time. I also want to thank someone with the initials LP made a $15 donation on February 22nd. And also recently, Jill D with a kind and generous $20 donation. You guys put a smile on my face. And again, I'll say that praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank God Almighty. Thank my viewers. Praise the cash. Yeah. So, friends, I am going to hop on out of here and try to get some rest and wonder why an off-the-cuff, unplanned, unscripted show looks and sounds great on the broadcast, but a show that I slaved over for days trying to get every little thing perfect looked terrible. So, thanks, cloud service provider. You're doing a great job doing that one job that you had to do, right? But, like I said, friends, you get our show here, warts and all. We're going to continue to try to improve things. That's all I can do. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here, especially, like I said, this is pretty last minute, right? But we had to test things. I had to do a show just to test things. It was kind of funny, but about 20 minutes ago, I suddenly realized that I could have done this and just marked the stream private. But what fun is that, right? So at least having to test this technical stuff gave us the opportunity to catch up with the live chat, sort of get caught up, right? We haven't been given enough time to the live chat, and I apologize for that. Hopefully going forward, we will give much more time to the live chat. So friends, I'm happy there was an audience tonight. Thank you for being a part of it. This works so much better when there's an audience. Thanks for being a part of mine. Until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Campion. Good night, and God bless all of you.